do we always have to vilify the developers? Like, what the fuck? How is this a bailout for the developers, really? Like, who's getting bailed out here? My friend at Better Dwelling wrote an article titled "Love That Guy."
You should run for mayor.
You should run for mayor and get 2 votes. Okay. The article was titled "Canada Begins Real Estate Developer Bailout with 55-Year Loans." And I'm like,
how do I get one of these loans?
Well, first of all, how do I get one of these? But is it really bailing out the developers? Do we always have to vilify the developers? Like, what the fuck? How is this a bailout for the developers, really? Like, who's getting bailed out here? Is this for refinancing a piece of land? Now you get to amortize it over 55 years. Like, who's borrowing like that? Most people on land, they're not borrowing from the bank, except the giant guys, right?
Yeah.
Because they're buying things at ridiculous prices that are overvalued, and it takes the right kind of lender to work with. So, like,
I know the answer. I got
annoyed.
The answer. Yeah. I got the answer. Because there's companies like Stateview Homes or other similar type of companies who have this huge Ponzi scheme of buying properties and taking people's deposits and then screwing everyone over and then, you know, turning a profit here and there. But then really they just like kite their way out of their business plan into fraud. And then they walk away with tens of millions of dollars. And so there's problems like that exist. And so I don't believe that most developers are in that position, especially the big guys. When they've been around for that long and they are like as big as the institutions that are lending them the money, these type of people are definitely the ones who we need to cut as many breaks for as possible. It's Darryl, you're a great guy. And, you know, I would co-sign your loan, but it's just no one really cares because they're a lot of money and I'm not worth that much. But those big guys they have our trust, and that they should be incentivized, and that we should use as many resources as we can to help them. But we just don't know which of the small developers like yourself are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. So those guys really they shouldn't get the same amount of help that some of the bigger guys do from the bank. So that 55-year amortization is banks, and their banks are only dealing with the big guys who are serious, and they're not con artists.
No, but how is this bailing them out? Like,
well, that's just the article. Look who wrote it.
No, and then the article talks about the people buying it getting these crazy amortizations, if I remember correctly. Anyways, the point is,
they're willing to build houses.
People are allowed to make profits, right? We just kind of we got through that with the other employers. They're all allowed to make profits. The only reason, okay, look, all of retailers go out of business all the time, right? Like Red Lobster just closed, you know, all their stores overnight, screwed all their employees. Like, companies do stupid shit, but I feel like, and not just because I'm a developer. I mean, nobody gives a shit what I'm doing. It's not directed at me, but why vilify these guys where you're saying the exact opposite to villain, right? Like, we need these guys. Like, don't people like roofs? Don't people like heating in the winter, like windows, you know? Don't people like this stuff around them when they're sleeping and making their food? So why can't we make profits?
Support them. Yeah. Why can't we support them? Why aren't we cheering for the developers right now to make money?
Bastards. Everybody is just ridiculous.
It's why the whole Greenbelt debacle happened, right? Is because so many people were, you know, with their panties in a bunch about the Greenbelt, even though there was a ton of evidence to show that we needed more detached houses and that this was the best way to do it. And that most of the land that was going to be built on wasn't really needing to be protected, especially since every ground that has a house on it today at one point or not was a farm, right? So it's not like we don't know how to get rid of farms.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.